What's going on, everybody? This is Joshua Stover with Joshua Stover Training. And today I wanted to give you the top 5 things that I've learned doing business over the last couple of years the hard way. So, top 5 things that I've learned. Let's just jump right into it. Number 1. In business, everything that we do revolves around sales. For me, it's selling a service or selling a product, right? That's pretty much what it is for everybody. So, number 1 thing, assume that your customer or potential client has the money. Don't go into it thinking that, oh, my product's too expensive, oh this, oh that. Assume they have the money and don't worry about the rest of it. Let them figure out the money side of it. Don't bog yourself down. Assume they have the money. Don't short yourself because you're worried about what they will think. Don't lessen your prices because you think it might make them happier. You're the one who is getting screwed in that scenario. Don't lessen your prices because, 1, you're going to hate doing what you're doing because you're not getting the prices that you want. You're not getting the money that you want to earn with the stuff that you invested in. And 2, if you're miserable, their product might suffer because you hate dealing with it, okay? So don't short yourself. Assume they have the money. One thing that I like to think about when I'm dealing with this, if I'm getting into a mental situation where I'm fighting myself, what's between my ears here, is that I flip the scenario and just think like, what would I expect if the roles were reversed? If I'm coming up to a company and I'm expecting a high quality product, I'm a fan of their product and I want what they're offering, I'm not going to expect them to lower their costs because it might be a little more expensive or might be more than I want to spend. I'm not going to expect them necessarily lower their costs within reason, right? I want the best product that I can get for the money that I'm about to invest in said product. So always assume that your customer or client has the money. Number 2, as a business owner, don't worry about problems that aren't happening yet. Literally, go out there and just do it, with the exception of making sure that it's legal. If you have a legal issue, make sure you verify that before you do something. But what do I mean by this? Don't psych yourself out over something that's not a problem yet. For me, when I started screen printing, oh man, there were so many different things I wanted to make sure that I had perfect before I started sending out products. And it made it to the point where like I wasn't able to send out anyone's product because I was always worried about making sure that I have the perfect this and the perfect that. It doesn't matter how you get to the end result. Get to the end result, and if you have issues along the way, then you can start solving problems. Get into situations where you have problems and then solve them as you go. That is what you need to focus on as a business owner. Because literally what you're going to find out as you're growing a business, or if you're listening, you already have a business and you already know this, but you are, as a business owner, a problem solver. That is what your job is. As an entrepreneur, that's all you're doing is solving problems. You're solving problems for somebody else. You're filling a need. You're filling a want. So that's your job. And you can't be worried about things that haven't happened yet. Again, legal stuff aside, you can't worry about that stuff because it's just going to bog you down and you're not going to go anywhere. You're just going to sit there and spin, not get anywhere, give up, and then be super frustrated and not even having given yourself a chance. So get out there. Don't worry about problems. If you do have problems, if you have a customer issue, a quality control issue, anything like that, take care of it. That is just view it as a positive thing. I'll give you guys a great example, and this you can take this one to the bank, is anytime you have an issue, let's say I make up a shirt and I send it out, and this happens occasionally where I'll get like some ink on my hands or something, and maybe I accidentally get a spot on a shoulder. I'm pretty good about catching those because I fold all my shirts myself, so I'm very good about quality control checking stuff, but things happen, right? I'm human. Somebody will get a shirt and like, let's say there's an ink stain on her. Maybe there's a hole in the armpit from manufacturing, whatever. Use that opportunity to, 1, get back to the customer very, very quickly. If you get an email them back as soon as you see it. Don't wait. Email them right away because 1, they're going to be super happy that they're getting good customer service and quick customer service. Everyone nowadays hates customer service because it takes forever to get a hold of somebody. You get a hold of them, run you through the ringer. It's crap. So get back to them quickly. 2, do everything you can to make it right for them. Make them happy. What I do My products don't cost a crazy amount for me to make. So I have the option of, I get a customer who's upset. I will tell them, hey, I tell you what, I'm super sorry about this. I said, it's completely my fault. Take ownership of the, of the problem. It's completely my fault. Let me send you a free shirt and you can just keep that one and wear it as a work shirt. You don't even have to send it back to me. I won't charge you anything to send all this. Let me make it right for you. Normally they're super happy. They'll respond, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But now you have an opportunity, because now you're talking with the customer. They're happy. You now have an opportunity to sell them again. Something that I like to throw out there is, hey, since I'm already paying for this, is there any other shirts that you would like to purchase? Maybe that you're on the fence about. I'd be happy to give you a discount and send it for free. And by doing this, what happens is, one, they'll buy the shirt at a discounted rate. It will usually cover the cost of shipping. I'm not making any money on it myself because I'm not paying myself because of the labor and all that. But you get a win-win. They get an extra. They get two shirts now. It was free shipping. They get a discount on the second one. It's just a win-win all the way around. Happy lifelong customer now. And they'll recommend you to all their friends. And also you don't have to pay a whole lot out of your pocket because you recoup some of the cost by selling a second shirt on an opportunity that wouldn't have existed otherwise. So, problem solving. Always be problem solving, and don't let problems that don't exist stop you now. Number 3, when you start making money, make sure you set aside money right away. Start setting aside and start building it up. Especially when you run an operation like I do, you need to have money set aside for when things break, because things are going to break. Things are going to fail. There's nothing worse than being in the middle of a job and not having any money to fix the issues that have arisen. So, one, if you guys can set aside money for this, it is awesome, because when the stressful moments happen, it's not a big deal. You've got a little portion of money that you can spend to get the repairs. It's not a big deal. Not a problem, right? So that's number 1. Number 2, that money that's spent on repairs isn't lost. It's a tax write-off, right? So you're going to spend a little bit less on taxes come the end of the season because you had to reinvest in the business. Sounds like a good deal to me. And 3, if you have the money to do the repair, it can be fun when things break, because now you have an opportunity to, 1, fix a weak link in your chain and your process, and 2, you get to buy new equipment. Like, that is super exciting. That is so much fun. It's like the ultimate benefit of being a business owner is that, like, as you get better, you get to buy better stuff, which makes work more fun. You get to do cooler things, all that kind of stuff. So if you guys can start setting aside money right away, it's gonna save so much stress as things fail and things happen. And if you need a little bit of extra money to fix an issue or whatever, set aside money. It'll be a stress saver. Number 4, no matter how sure you are of what it will take to reach your goal, you are underestimating it. This is something I learned the hard way, obviously, but also something that Grant Cardone always talks about. If you guys don't know who Grant Cardone is, go check him out. But his whole deal is 10x. He's everything that you want to do, multiply it by 10 times. So if you want to make $100, multiply it by 10. Shoot for $1,000, and then anything above and beyond $100 is excellent, right? So always 10x, 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 10x. Same thing goes with the amount of work you think it will take to achieve a goal. If you think it's going to take you an hour to create it, for me, if I'm like, hey, it's going to take me an hour to design something up for a customer, I'm going to set my expectations on it's going to take 10 hours. Always set your mind higher. That way you work harder, have better expectations. And when you put that much effort into something and it only does take you an hour, you're going to be well ahead. Everything's going to be much better because you went in with higher expectations, right? So get your mind right. Don't underestimate things. And this is also something that's good to do if you guys are giving somebody an estimate. I'm not saying 10x the estimate, but like, let's say I'm going to give somebody a quote for screen printing, and if I go in there thinking, hey, I'm going to cut these people a really good deal, I'm going to make my profit margins real narrow so they get a good deal, which I don't recommend you do, by the way. But if you do something like that and then something goes wrong, now it's costing you money to do this deal. So when you go in making an estimate, it's not a bad idea to build in a little bit of extra security, because as we all know, things go wrong. So make sure you guys have your mindset correct, and always remember it's going to take way more than what you expect to get the job done. Number 5, have confidence in what you are selling. If you don't believe in your product, do something. Make the product better. Or if the product is solid and you just don't have confidence in it because maybe you have a confidence issue, go out and sell a couple and watch what people do with it. Most of the time, people are going to be extremely happy because they're buying something that they wanted, right? Again, if the product is good, that is. If it's not, you're going to get reviews and you're going to be able to revamp it, make some adjustments, and make the product better so you can start getting those good reviews. But you need to absolutely have confidence in what you're selling, because if you don't have confidence in what you're selling, no one's going to buy it. It can be the best product in the world, but if you, the presenter of the information, aren't confident in what you're delivering, people on the receiving end aren't going to be either. This is pretty much sales 101, right? Like if you go into a car dealership and you're like, hey, I'm interested in this used car over here. Can you tell me about it? And the mechanic, or not the mechanic, but the salesman's like, well, if he says that right off the bat, like, you're not buying the car because you're like, there's something wrong with it. I don't want it, whatever, why is it cheap? Yeah. Have confidence in the product or the service that you are selling. Again, if the product is not good, don't sell a junk product. Be moral about this. But if you're just not confident in sales, get confident in yourself. Okay? People are coming to you because you're offering something that they want, right? They want what you're offering. So have confidence in yourself and present it confidently, and that will make a huge difference in the amount of deals you close or sales you make. And for an extra bonus for you guys, this is one of my favorite things to think about because it makes me very, very excited, because this is hope inspiring. And ultimately, what this is in business, assuming that you never give up, you can no longer fail. You can only learn. So as long as you don't call it quits, it was never a failure, right? It was just a learning experience. You get to wake up again tomorrow and you get to try again and try again and try again. You've heard all the stories of all these big name brands. KFC is one of them, where the Colonel went around and tried to sell his recipe. I forget how many times. He got so many no's, but he got one. And now look at like a massive chain worldwide. So you no longer can fail as long as you don't give up. But all failures are just learning experiences. You no longer can fail. You can only learn. So guys, that is the top 5 things that I've learned the hard way in business thus far, plus a little extra bonus one in there for you. So I hope some of this reaches you today and you can make sense of it and apply it to your own lives and your own business right now. And I hope it can be inspiring for you just to realize that, we're all learning. There's things that are going to go wrong in business, but you can always pick yourself back up. You can always get back after it. And as long as you don't quit, you're no longer failing. You're only learning. So thanks for checking out this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And until the next one, see you later.